Just a quick video. I don't know if the battery's got enough on it. Got 1% on the battery doing a vlog, so it'll probably pack up. A video on credit scores. Your credit score is out of date. Doesn't matter which bank values it. It's out of date. Banks don't recognise cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency's been around for 12 years. Bitcoin. Excuse me. And the banks. You used to go to the bank, and then you got the banks. If you're in a queue in a bank, you got 4 or 5 in a queue. Cashiers used to come down the line and down the queue, and say, "Did you know you can bank online? And did you know you can use the machine?" Some people don't see a person all week. They just go down the bank to have a chat with a cashier. So then what the bank's done is actually got people to actually go online, which means no one's going in the banks, which means you might just close them down. Banks are going to close. Thousands of banks are going to close in the next 3, 4, 5 years, while Libra coin just takes over completely. Libra coin, a currency which you can't even buy at the moment, which you will be able to at the end of the year, will be the biggest currency on earth within 5 years, which will have an effect on currency exchange, forex. I trade forex occasionally online, because there'll be no need to actually there'll be no need to like the euro, like the German mark, the French franc, Italian lira. We kept the Great Britain kept the pound, but there's no need to transfer it because they're all using the euro. But eventually, everyone will be using Libra coin, which means there'll be no need to exchange rate from Libra coin to Libra coin in any country in the world. But your credit score is out of date because it doesn't reflect. The banks won't ask you how much Bitcoin do you own, how much Litecoin do you own, how much Ethereum do you own, how much Bitcoin Cash, how much Libra coin do you own. The banks haven't got a clue about digital assets, and they can't use. If they see a car, they can see a car. They see a house, the bank will say, "Yeah, we can lend you against a house." Banks can't lend you against digital intangible assets. At some point, GoDaddy will be a bank, and GoDaddy understands digital assets. So does Flipper. So does Uniregistry. So does there's a few, yeah. But they understand. Dynadot understands it. The digital banks that already exist, GoDaddy would give you a better credit score than the bank. Banks still live in this prehistoric world where they can decide whether they lend to you or not based on what assets you have, and they can only be traditional assets because banks don't understand digital assets. That's why, if you ask the bank how much is Tesla.com worth, the website address, Elon Musk tried to buy it for 10 years. He eventually bought it from a buyer that didn't really want to sell. He had to pay $12 million for Tesla.com, approximately, allegedly, approximately, around about that figure, which is about 9 million quid for a website address. Banks do not understand that. Banks do not understand that the Crypto.com website address sold for around about $12 million, 9 million quid, approximate. Banks don't understand the value of website addresses as being as digital assets. Banks do not understand that why a person would want to pay $30 million for voice.com, which they did, which is about 22 million quid. Banks do not live in the digital world, so they cannot use digital collateral as assets to lend against to get people out of traditional debt by using digital collateral, digital assets as a method to lend against to pay off traditional debt. And that's why banks are effectively all but finished. The only people that don't realise it are the banks. And banks having to say to LibraCoin that LibraCoin will have to meet certain banking regulations. It won't have to. LibraCoin will exist whether the banks want it to or not, and it could care less. If Amazon accept LibreCoin and Facebook accept LibreCoin, the high street is completely finished. Because the shopper would have to actually ask every shop they go to, do you accept LibreCoin? Do you accept LibreCoin? And the shop would say, what is LibreCoin? So all they would do is that Google and Facebook will pay out ad dollars in LibreCoin, and the shopper will actually just go onto Amazon, who will accept the LibreCoin, and spend their LibreCoin that Facebook and Google pay them in ad dollars, and spend that ad dollar LibreCoin on Amazon, which bypasses the high street completely, which is why the high street hasn't got a chance. But then again, the high street couldn't care less about the corner shops that actually went bust because of the high street. So Amazon could really care less about the high street. And that's where we are. So your credit score, have a look at the moment Sedo.com, SEDO.com, which gives you website address auctions. I've said before, but the auction ends this week, which is OA.com. It's currently at 221,000 euros, which is about 180,000 quid. Banks wouldn't be able to comprehend that, get that past their little brains. That digital assets are worth a fortune, and traditional assets are worth nothing. You could take that website address, if you owned it, to a car retailer, buy anything, pretty much any car at the moment. The car showroom manager would tell you to get out of the show, to stop making a fool of us, and get out of the showroom. When in fact it's not the problem of the person with the website address; it's the incompetence of the car showroom manager not understanding digital assets. And that society we're living. The world, the times when banks could tell people where to go, that they could because of their credit rating, those days are long, long, long gone. Many people who get told no by the banks have money. Digital assets are worth considerably more than any traditional asset. It's just the banks fail to understand that, which is the bank's problem, not the customer's problem, not with the digital assets. And there you go. That's just about credit score. So there's a lot of people now that shouldn't even be in debt, but there's no bank that will take the digital collateral to lend them money against digital collateral, which is worth a fortune, so they can pay off their traditional debt to the bank. And that's why people have got Visa cards they can't pay, but they've got digital assets that no one recognises. And that's where we are today in society, which is why credit scoring is absolutely defunct, void, and not fit for purpose. Not the current. Your GoDaddy, if you get a credit rating from GoDaddy, it will mean something. And or Sedo.com, SEDO.com, because they understand digital collateral, digital assets, as does Flipper and Escrow.com. There you go. Adios.